Babalu Aye is one of the most complex of the Orishas. He is known by many other names, including Sopona, and he is venerated obviously in the Yoruba religion, Candomble, Santeria, Haitian Vodou, folk Catholicism, and many other forms of religion throughout Latin America. His natural regions are Nigeria, Benin, and Latin America. His feast day is the 17th of December. And Babalu is complex because he represents both a very hated deity and a very beloved deity at the same time. He is associated with disease, and in the sense that he embodies and carries disease. So that's where the fear comes from. He is smallpox, and yet he is also the vaccine to smallpox. And he is mostly associated with that religion because of its devastation throughout that region of Africa. He is, in general, considered to have dominion over all skin ailments, major and minor, as well as infectious and viral diseases. And he controls all illnesses that manifest on the skin, particularly measles and chickenpox. And he is seen as a spirit who protects the suffering from illness. He owns the secrets of death, disease, and the cemeteries, and is feared because of his dual understanding or comprehension or embodiment of both the disease itself, which is deadly, and then ultimately the cure. So feared is that he is often not called by his own name for those who fear introducing the disease into their lives. In lieu of his name, he is called the Father of the Forest, the Earth Heats Up, or in reference to fever, or Lord of the Outside. Like many Orishas, he is shared by several spiritual incarnations. In one myth, he was punished by his creator for breaking a sacred injunction, and thus was cursed with chickenpox. And the people cried so much after his death that the creator resurrected him, this time giving him dominion over the very disease that had destroyed him. In another legend, he is described as being a beggar, and at the hands of cruelty of people who mocked and abused him, he eventually became the embodiment of disease and took a broom and began sweeping sesame seeds in the air and magically created fever, pestilence, and particularly smallpox. And that ended the mockery of him. So powerful was the following of Babalu Ayé that in 1917, the British colonial authorities in Africa banned the devotion of Babalu Ayé when his priests were accused of deliberately spreading smallpox. The religion went primarily underground, but he has still been worshipped as the Lord. Babalu Ayé is known to strike down immoral, arrogant, or the wicked, and he is particularly disdained by the insolent. It is known that in his region, it is best to be polite and even kind to decrepit beggars, because it could be Babalu Ayé in disguise testing your character. He is known to stroll with an entourage all dressed in red in the heat of the noonday sun, and sometimes he covers himself in a cloak to hide the ravages that the disease has taken on his form. All people are cautioned against walking alone at noon, especially if they're wearing red, because Babalu may add you to his entourage. He is known to deliver the wrath of God, but he also has the combined power to save you from it. In biblical references, he is linked to Saint Lazarus, who is mentioned in the Gospel of Luke. And among his favorite people are those who may be suffering from illness. Consider them to be under his dominion. He is considered to be the patron of the humble, as well as outcasts and those who have truly suffered. In terms of weapons or tools, he's known for wielding a broom, which he can either remove illness or sweep it into the air. He famously carries a club, which he would use upon his victims, or a lance with a spear in which he pricks victims to cause spots or pox, or arrows that cause rashes. In one myth, the song Babalu was the signature song of the Cuban singer, actor, and television producer Desi Arnaz. And according to legend, he made a deal with Babalu and asked him for professional and financial success and a beautiful wife. And in return, he promised to spread Babalu's name around the globe, which is why the song was his feature song. Babalu, in terms of colors, is traditionally associated with brown, red, purple, black, and or white. His sacred number is 17. His sacred day is either Sunday or Monday. His sacred animals are the scorpions, but dogs are considered to be his favorite companions. His element is earth, and his plant is the cactus. And his sacred tree is the Odan, which is known to be native to West Africa. In some parts of Africa, he is venerated alongside Nana Baruku and Oshimare, who may be his parents. And throughout the African diaspora, he is typically closely aligned to the deity Shango. If one wants to build an altar, which only true devotees maintain permanent altars of him, other practitioners, often afraid of his association with disease, will usually build temporary altars. That way they can make an offering, make a sacrifice, and quickly dispose of it once the ends have been met. It is important to leave out at his altar food to feed any of his dogs. His dogs are ever present, and that's one way of gaining this God's good grace. His sacred site is the shrine of Lazarus and El Rincon, Cuba. And in terms of offering, he has a variety of snack treats: popcorn, roasted corn, sesame seeds, candies, cookies, cigars, among other things. He is also particular to chicken if you want to cook, and also white wine. If you wanted to evoke Babalu to help remove illness, it requires a very simple ritual. Create a simple shrine by laying down a rafi cloth. Place a glass of white wine on the cloth together with a bowl of milk in which you have placed a slice of bread. Pour palm oil over a bowl of dry popcorn and place it on the rafi as well. The wine, the milk, and the bread may be removed after 24 hours, but the popcorn must remain for 17 days. Use this shrine as a focal point for prayer and petition to the deity. Evoke Babalu, negotiate with him, plead with him, but always speak gently and politely with him. Although some spirits may tolerate bullying or more aggressive tones, Babalu is not one of those deities. When the 17 days are over, the cycle is ended. It is best suggested that you completely dismantle the shrine, take the popcorn to the park or the beach, and feed it to birds. Babalu is obviously an interesting Orisha, different than the others. He shares some similarities with Aganyu in the sense that he can be angry and very dangerous, but still shows a soft side, his in protecting people who had gone through suffering or were outcasts of societies. The Orisha have shown us, at the least, a very complex and intricate ideology of deities and their relationships with humans. It's an honor to dig deeper into the various aspects of this complex and beautiful and very unique faith. Thank you for stopping at Nine World Chronicles. Please join us next time as we continue our discussion about the Orishas, and make sure you like and subscribe.